A very good morning to all of the listeners over here. We are here for the interview preparation. How we have to prepare for the interview. Let's see in this whole slides. Coming to the first slide, we show how to prepare for job interview. First of all, what is interview? You are going for a job for which you have to tell you about yourself, what are the knowledge that you are having about the job you are getting it, what are your qualifications that are matching towards the job you want, and you have to be well prepared for the job interview while going over there. You should be have a full confidence, your personality look like that also. You should enjoy what you are doing. In this topic of interview, we will talk about interviews, type of interviews, communication skill, purpose of interview, and many more. Let's start with it. How to prepare for the job interview. Prepare yourself with effective interview strategies before you actually go to the organization and meet with the interviewer. Increase your chance of success by using these tips from the expert. While going to the interview, use all these possible effective method of how to gain a good job while these kind of interviews. Find out the details of the interview. When you are invited for an interview, find out what will be interviewing you. Name, title, style, format, everything that you know about yourself, the company you are going to, all the additional resume, everything, portfolio, your past work, everything about you should be very much clarify about all these things. Whatever you have written in your resume, you should know by heart. If anyone asks anything about that, you should be well prepared with an answer. Coming to the next scan, get good job direction. Be sure you know exactly where you go, how to get there, and accepted travel time. If possible, do to practice run before about your appointment. It means you must know what kind of distance you have to travel daily. Is it possible? Your health can take it. Think over it while going into a job interview. Everything must be in your mind. Next, research the organization. You should have research means a complete bond of knowledge about all the organization in which you are going for an interview. Nearly every organization has published information available, business direction, newspaper, trade journals, annual reports. In every small place, the company has given his whole detail. You will be the only person who will be getting out all the details about the organization in which you are going to work on, because the person can ask any kind of question about the job where you are coming for an interview. Prepare your interview materials. You should prepare your interview materials too. This should include extra copies of your resume, your reference letter, of reference copies of degrees, certificates, etc. Organize these in a folder. It means you should keep everything in an organized method, neatly presented. It should be applicable for the job advertisement. Everything should be there so that if you need any kind of thing like a pen or pencil, everything should be well prepared over there so that no one can ask or arise any kind of question on you. Last but not least, the most important, strike the business, your dress mistake. Always wear a formal dress. Don't be very casual by your thoughts, by your words, or by your dress. Also, it matters a lot while you are going for a job in a good profile. You should. What kind of things? Pay attention to details in your appearance. Ensure that buttons are done up, your shoes are polished, your nails are clean. Avoid wearing heavy fragrances. Again, the job appropriate. Your dress should be very neat and clean up. And your shoes too, because shoes show how your personality of person is. You should have a plenty of time. If someone is, you should not be hurried up to another place. You should be over there in 15 minutes before the time also. You should feel relaxed when you are going for an interview. You are on the minute you enter the building. Manager are influenced by the impression of their assistant and support staff. You are rude to the reception. Always be polite to the first person to whom you will be addressing, who will be helping out to reach towards the manager. That's why you should always be on time so that you have a time for relaxation and having a word with another person. Here you can see some tips of interview preparation like grooming, attitude, etc. First of all, take a good shower, means relax your mind. Cleanse your hairs with a good shampoo. It means your nails should reflect a shine so that your personality is like that. Wear clean and iron clothes appropriate for the job interview. Wear a neat and clean clothing. Shoes. I know told you that shoes are a reflection of a person's personality, should be properly polished. Be punctual so that you are relaxed. Be realistic. Believe in yourself. Have a relaxed but enthusiastic mood. Relax, but you should have a great spirit how to reflect yourself. Be courteous, polite enough to everyone, a doorkeeper, receptionist, or anyone else who will be helping out you to go towards the manager. Greet everyone pleasantly. Show initiative that I will be doing everything. Help other people also. Keep a smile on your face. Shake hands firmly, not like very hard. It should be firmly that everyone should feel happy when you are there. Shake hand with you. Communication skills. How to practice good communication skill. Everything should be straight and clear. You should not in haphazard manner. Will be very confusing. Everything should be very clear. Your listening skill. Listen to everything that the person is saying. You should have a proper eye contact with that person. You should ask always a question when you are not clear about anything. Use expressive, effective vocabulary. Practice in conversation and prepare closing questions. When you are moving up, you should have some questions in your mind while you are closing your things. Remember your strength. What are your strengths? Remember it. 3 stories that give example of your strength and skills. I have always been glad I have been ability to give your examples. My great achievement this year was. What was your achievement? Explain to that person. Every interview has a purpose. What are the purpose of the interview? Mainly 2 different perspectives, applicant, receptive and employer. The interview is the focal point of all the work, research, effort. It represents your opportunity to sell yourself in person. An interview is a conversation between 2 or more people. As you know that 2 people or more people are talking with that person. Its purpose from your point of view, it's ultimately to get the job offer. It means you are to that person. It should reflect that 2 or more people are talking. You are working for a good cause. Displaying your confidence, your abilities properly. Demonstrating your interest. Why do you need this job and you like that work also? Demonstrate each and everything in a proper manner. Demonstrating behavior that are concrete and consistent with your advanced publicity. Resume, your cover letter, everything should be very clear and very impressive so that a person has no doubt in your personality or overviews. The employer's perspective. The purpose of an interview from an employer point of view is to assess, evaluate your suitability relative to other applicants. Your evaluation, the interview is about your evaluation on which position you are standing, how good your personality is, how confident you are, how rudely you talk to the person, or you how softly you talk to that person, it all reflects in that your personality. Verifying information applied in a work, research, communication, application, cover letter, asking question, listening to your response and observing your body language, exploring your values, benefits, expectations, skills, and qualifying as they relate to the type of work you are seeking. You should have the complete knowledge about the work that you are going to. What is the role of the interviewer? Who is taking the interview? What is the role of that interviewer? He should be smart enough. First, he should be strict plus little bit lenient also, in my view. In an ideal situation, on the interview will see his or her as a host, means he is hosting all the audience, and will want to create a friendly, he also want to create a friendly relationship, comfortable environment for the interview. He or she will have planned the interview, a structure and question, and will be comfortable with his or her ability to make an effective selection decision. He should be very much clear about the decision he is going to take about the future. The world begin what it is. Not all interviewer know what they are looking for. The interviewer is also knowing that what you are looking for. Know what they need. आपको क्या चाहिए उनसे. How their interviewer effectively. They just want to know how interview the reflective you are finding. Recognize that the interview should be done most of the talking. In recognize karna that the interview should be doing most of the talking, not sitting idly or talking to someone else. They both should be have a word so that they have a clear idea of the person whom we are taking. Know about the stress of the candidate's suitability, what kind of stress in which he can't work, or what are the stresses they don't like to have on it. They should be clear about all these things while going for an interview. Stages of the interview. Coming to the next stages, what are kind of stages they have? First, opening. General being with a greeting from the interview. Clap for them. Second, means establishing rapport, means that the small talk, getting down to know about the being, perhaps as you are walking with an interview to the interview soon. Establishing rapport means who is the person who is taking your interview. He or she wants to move around him so that people should know that he is a good personality while he is talking to a person who has taken our interviewer. Setting the agenda. Your interview will often give up an idea of how long the interview will be and what to accept, and you are setting them goals and cheer and that movement. Everyone should be knowing very much clear about the agenda, what kind of target they have to achieve. It should be very much clear. Every should have a trust on about one another. Information getting. This is the focal point of an interview during which are being asked about your background, interest, and their position, knowing about each and every smaller point of the person who is getting interviewed. Their skills, their abilities, and their relation with your habits, all the information that he needs about your personality. Most interview will ask you whether you have a question. They may also give you an overview of the nature and the opening. They will be filling the company and its goal. The person will get in that motivated if he is asked the interview what kind of interview he is going to take. Introduction. Practice handshake with different people and ask the feedback. Get the habit of shake hand whenever you greet someone. It should be a good habit while when you are going for an interview, you should always shake hands with the customer. When meeting someone, listen to the other person's name, state very clearly so that you can again talk to him when you are need him. Visualization yourself in an interview. See yourself how you are dressed, how you are looking. It should be done. Watch yourself shake hand as you meet the interview panel. Take your chair and then poses and sit on the comfortable position. Eager to experimental meeting should be sitting properly so that there is no dust over there. Observe how long you are responding to other question you anticipated that they would ask and how have given some thought to. Always see over that if you have asked any kind of question, a thought is given, a time is given to that person or not. Notice how your feelings have been opportunity or demonstrated and they done their homework, analyzing and have offer and how it matches with the need. It's their work to meet the need of a person who has came for an interview. Conclusion of the interview. Hear yourself reform and interest of the position and the organization summarize what you would bring to them. It should be always a good deed while going for an interview. Focus on the image, the best possible scenario. Create a model of a mind-eye hearing. It should be very important. Visualization the positive outcome of the effective in that your attitude about yourself can influence your behavior. Outcomes and experience with energy and better able to focus on their listening and behaving power. Body language. Carrying yourself non-verbal messages. If you are not talking to the person but how you are carrying yourself tells a lot of things about yourself. Shake hand. Do not hesitate is another thing. Walk and stand straight. It's all are very important while going for an interview. Sit upright. Avoid squeezing. Flat on the floor and across an ankle length which is most comfortable to you. Wear that sleeper or footwears. Sitting up and leaning forward shows interest and enthusiasm. Make eye contact with all the interview that you are going for. Hands and arms should be open position, resting on your lap, arms at your chair at your side. Avoid fidgeting, swimming, rocking and playing with objective your hairs, clothes, etc. Wear a friendly welcome smile on your face. Look confident. It should be very necessary for an interview to go. When to arrive. Arrive 5 or 10 daily early allows that you do. Get your bearing. Learn more about the organization, the people who work there. Make that last trip of the washroom. Collect your thoughts. Affirm your strength and your ability to give a good interview. Focus on what you are about to do. These are points which should be kept in mind while early allowing that you to go for an interview. What to take is very important from the interview when you are going back. What to take along with them. It should be known to that person what to give. A positive expression attitude. There should be a positive feedback while coming back from the interview. Believe the other person. Should have proper awareness of the things, proper knowledge about willing to be yourself. Additional copies should not be there. There should be no wastage of the things. Written test list of reference of the phone number should be over there. If you have forgotten anything, it should be came back to you. Transmission and the original of your degrees, diploma, certificate, you should always carry with that so that it can tell about more about yourself. A portfolio is applicable. A portfolio. Listen to the questions and ask questions. You should always have a paper and a pen along with you. This will give you a winning trophy. How to behave. What kind of behavior should we carry while going for an interview? Interview can usually spot for easily what they want to get and sense of real you, their job, your willingness to. Say, I need some time to think about you. Means use good and positive words while going for an interview. If you want to say no, use a polite manner while talking to the other person. Reframing awkward and questions. Reframing awkward questions. These are few questions that interview particularly dislike. The question is often used in opening question. The interview wants to do highlight and summarize your background, and it relates to the job you being considered to. Will learn how will you be matched yourself. These kind of things should not be there because the interview does not like all these things are part. What are your strengths? You should always know about your strengths and weaknesses that you are carrying so that you can overcome all these strengths and weaknesses too. Commonly asked interview question. What are the commonly asked? Why do you want to work here? How do you feel that you can help other school? What are your strengths, weaknesses? How will you handle this job? All these answers should be given in a proper and straight manner so that the person is able to know what kind of things you are asking. Practice of new interview question. When the employer say yes or he, tell him about yourself, your interest, your strength, your weaknesses. Everything a person should know while he is saying about your interview, but sometime or another it will be clear to that person if he has lied. How to avoid being hired. Proper personal appearance. It should be good appearance, inability to express yourself properly, lack of interest in the work, lack of maturity, lack of responsibility should not be there. This was all from my side in the interviews questionnaire. Thank you all.